Hello, Holy Gamers. Today, I would like to talk a little bit about the soul and how to level it up, and why it actually is quite a difficult topic because, well, the soul is not something really scientific. Technically, the mind isn't like something to break down either. So, both of these concepts are fairly difficult, but I'm gonna try to do it anyways, and I'll use like 4 stories to just hope to make more sense of that. So first of all, I'm going to go into the story of the Buddha, and then I'll talk a little bit about Jason Silva, who is this wonder-seeking psychonaut, you could describe him, and then follow up by Iroh, who is this, well, you know him from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and if you don't know him, you should definitely watch that show. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about Neale Donald Walsch, and I hope I can make things more clear, or at least give you some idea on how you could level up your soul and maybe some practices or some inspirations from that. There will also be a ton of videos down in the description below, so you can check them out and kind of learn from my guides in a way and go deeper on those, because I want to keep it short and struct. But without further ado, let's jump straight into it and get started. All right.
Holistic Gamified Education. Holy Game.
So starting off with the Buddha, I quite like his story because, well, I'm not going to go super deep into the story, but just the gist of it is he has this guy who was very privileged in the beginning, and then he experienced suffering through the world, through death, disease, age, and decided to like become this enlightened spiritual person. But then he decided to like help others on their way. And I'm oversimplifying things here, but in a way he's this great teacher who helps people through like to avoid suffering in a way. So I think this is like an overall arching concept that includes all of those. With that, I would like to start with the first sub area, which is wisdom. And here I've put Jason Silva as a story because I think in a way he's just a good example of that. So just some backstory about Jason Silva. He is this person who seeks wonder. He seeks novelty and seeks this ecstasis of wonderment to gain greater insights and inspiration from those things. And he has different methods to set his set and setting to get in this altered state, you could say. And I find this really, well, he accomplishes many things at once. And there's a really cool video where he has one of his inspirational shots of awe. And he's also, I think he helped found the Awe Academy, which is like this online learning platform. So you can check that out as well to get more deeper into that. But one of the quotes that he likes to refer is, "Minds are like parachutes. They only work when they're open." So he's really into this openness and like novelty seeking. I find this quite powerful, especially with the soul, because somewhere you get the inspiration from. And this is what turns into wisdom. Then moving on would be Iroh from Avatar: Last Airbender, and he's probably the most beloved character in the whole show, and for good reason. So he is this tea-loving old man, and tea is something great, and it's not just hot water with leaves in it. But this is actually so good. Anyways, so he is the materialization of spirituality because he talks a lot about things with great wisdom, and you'll probably see a lot of cross references, and I guess people could also be put in a different category. But what I very like about him is his calmness. He's always like in control about the situation. Moving on through the episodes, you see him also being able to enter the spirit world, which is like this whole concept of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Again, if you haven't watched it, do watch it. It's really, really good. And the whole concept of trying to understand each other and visualizing different aspects of the whole world, find this really powerful. And that's why Iroh is one of my people who embodies spirituality, one of my guides. Lastly, we have Neale Donald Walsch. So he is an interesting topic, person, however you want to call it, because he is the author of Conversations with God. And if you are not religious, this might be very off-putting, but let me tell you, it's really not. It's kind of how you, well, it's more deeper than that. But essentially what his message is that we are all one and that we are all connected and we should work as this one species to like survive and thrive and just have a better world. And the connection between the micro and the macro level I find highly fascinating, and he explains it in a really cool way. One of his favorite examples, I guess I adapted it a little bit. So imagine you are an author or a game developer and you write the best book or game that ever existed, right? And the only sad thing about it is you cannot experience it as it was new because, well, you have written it and you know everything about it. But what if you could forget that you have created this and experience it for yourself and kind of be awestruck by the complexity, the novelty, the perfection within the whole creation? And in a way, this is his message. Yeah, this was my stories about the soul and how you could level up there. I hope you found it productive, meaningful, and you enjoyed it as well. Again, I'd suggest you just click through the videos and maybe put them on watch later. This way you will prevent the YouTube algorithm to lead you to paths where you actually don't want to go, and you have something to watch when you're like, I don't know, not having something to do and you'd like some novel ideas and inspiration. So that was it from me. I hope you have a good one. Stay safe and remember to master your body, train your mind, love your soul. Have a good one.